Hello, everyone, and welcome to the final week of the course. I'm excited for you. I'm glad you're just about done with the class. I just want to briefly go through some of the readings that you have due this week and the final forum assignment. First, you have a few readings. You have a couple of reading short stories. This is a short nonfiction essay called A Long Way Home, Cooking Lessons. It's fairly simple. It's not that long. But just note how the narrator describes cooking, but it also gives you some insight into her family life as well. And I think many of us can relate to how cooking and family kind of go hand in hand as well, too. The other work is called What You Pawn I Will Redeem. It's about a Native American who lives in Seattle. He's homeless. He's also, in a way, an alcoholic. And he finds something at a pawn shop that belongs to his grandmother. And so he's on a quest to get that item back. And so you kind of read through his experiences. And what's interesting about this work is that Sherman Alexie kind of puts a face and a name to a group of people who are homeless that we often fail to recognize. So I hope you enjoy this work as well. We also will be reading Woman Hollering Creek. And this is about a woman who had this romantic vision of what married life would be like, and instead she ends up becoming abused. But it ends happily. In fact, most of the works this week end happily. So this positive view on life is quite refreshing in comparison to some of the other readings we've read in previous weeks, for example, Flannery O'Connor. So we have those three longer works, and then we had some shorter works from Alice Walker and a poem from Kathy Song. The Kathy Song poem is quite moving, and I hope you enjoy it. So you have those readings this week. You also have a lesson that you need to go through. The lesson really isn't that long, and it would just be really helpful if you could go through it because it's a nice way to end the course on a high note where you actually read the lesson, read the biographies, and you know something about these authors because even though I'm not directly testing you on these authors, in the future, it is helpful to have more of a multicultural understanding of American literature. Okay, so let's go to the forums. This week you have the regular forums due. There's 3 parts. The first part, this is where people kind of have some difficulty with. It must be on the readings from this week. I know it says from this week, and it should be pretty obvious that I mean this week's reading, but sometimes students write about readings from week 4 or week 5. I really want it to be on this week. Prove to me again that you've read the readings. You only have to discuss one. In your responses to your classmates, discuss the readings as well. I love to see that you've read more than one author in this course. It makes me happy. And then in part 2, you choose characteristics that you've seen throughout American literature, whether it be multiculturalism, the American dream, finding the self, honesty, realism, whatever you decide to write about, it's up to you. And if you want to pull in works that we've read previously to prove this characteristic, that would work well with me. I would be very happy to see that. Finally, with part 3, it's your choice. Choose a contemporary writer from this century that you believe is deserving of studying American literature. Sometimes students write about the author of Harry Potter. She did not come from the United States. She came from Scotland, so she would not be a good example. And that goes with other authors. For example, sometimes people write about Roald Dahl, who is from England as well. So just make sure that the author actually was born in America. I know it seems self-explanatory, but sometimes students write about authors from other countries, but this course focuses on American literature. Okay, so I know it seems obvious, but just as an FYI. Then what I want you to do, and this is the main reason why I'm posting this lesson this week, I want you to go through the grade book. I want you to go through the grade book. I want you to look at all of your scores. Yeah, I'm not doing well, but I'm on student mode. So this is not a particular student. This is me. Anyway, I want you to go through each of your grades. I want you to look at my notes to you. I want you to see whether or not I have completed the grading correctly. Okay, sometimes I make mistakes, and I would be happy to look at whatever you want. Once I've entered the grades, it really is too late. So I really need you to look at your grades. Obviously, week 8 will not be completed, and essay number 3 will not be completed. Okay, but for the rest of your scores, those should be graded. And if they're not, there might be a problem. So please contact me immediately. In any case, like I said, this is a short lesson. I'm really sad that the class is over, but I'm happy that you've come this far. I've seen a lot of growth in a lot of you, and I'm just looking forward to reading those final essays, and I hope that I get to see you in a future course. And if not, I hope I can see you at graduation. Anyway, congratulations, you guys, and best of luck for your future.